On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be looking at the Iron Man 2 movie series 3-inch Iron Man Mark 1. Yeah, I know, I caved in and I ended up picking up some of the 3-inch figures. A couple people have persistently said, Spot, you need to really pick these up. These are really good figures. And you know how I usually feel about 3-inch figures, aside from G.I. Joes. I've really haven't been impressed at all. I really like the Infinite Heroes from DC, and then the more I picked up of those, I just kind of went, not so much. Marvel Universe figures, though, I just cannot get into. But I said, you know what? Iron Man 2, I'm in that Iron Man feel right now. I'm going to go and I'm going to pick up some of these figures. So I figured, I first saw this guy in the stores, and I thought, well, movie series Mark 1, let's start right at the beginning. So I picked this guy up. Picked up a couple actually along with this guy. But as you can see, package-wise, very similar to 6-inch figures. They've got a picture of Iron Man at the top corner there, launching Flamethrower Blast. Looking very nice. Made by Hasbro, of course. It does look actually like a nice figure. On the back, collect them all. And it's actually funny because this is Canadian packaging, as you can see here. Canadian packaging doesn't actually list the name of the characters. Nowhere will you see a name of the actual figures. So this is basically the lineup that they consist of. Figures, of course, you've seen before. A couple of figures I saw in the stores I wasn't too interested in, but the Ironmonger looked really cool. I picked him up. But very nice. I don't know, will I end up liking these figures? Enough that you guys have said I should pick them up. So what I'll do is I'll open this guy up and we will have a look at the 3-inch Iron Man Mark 1. Don't go anywhere. And for dramatic effect, I've already taken him out of the package. I put him on his display stand. I've got the back carding there. I'll take the figure off just to give you guys a first look. We'll put him aside here for a second here. I joke, but now he's not going to stand, eh? So we'll just lay him down for a second. I'll show you guys the card that he comes with. Of course, seems from what I've seen so far of these figures, it comes with a standard base. Very generic, but for the purpose of an Iron Man figure, you probably don't really need a too complicated, too detailed base. I think it serves its purpose rather nicely. It almost seems to me from the front, and I really should check this, but it seems like from the front they've made it so that you could have put the name of the suit on there. I'm almost wondering if, I don't think the US packaging, I want to double check that, but I don't think the US figures have a name on their front either. If they do, let me know, but it does look like a prime opportunity, almost a missed opportunity, that they didn't put the name of the suit on the front. Kind of similar to what they've done with G.I. Joes. At least on mine, it's completely missing. Along with all other 6-inch Iron Man figures, he does also come with a card, a stat card, kind of a schematic card. I like using the word schematics. It makes me sound really smart. Schematics. But he does come with a schematics card. And then the idea is, remember like those old encyclopedias that you got growing up? You were in the 80s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those old 80s encyclopedias. Every household had a quota. You had to have at least one set. And inside there was the human body, and it had these several layers that you could put over top of it. That's what it reminds me of. But you essentially get a upper torso, and then you've got the lower legs here, as you can see, and then finally the arms and the head. I like the idea that they've done this because you can swap these out. You know, you can get the armor from the Mark V or the Mark VI, and you can overlay that with this, kind of make your own armor. I think that's neat. I like that. So for the purpose of the rest of this review, I'll just put this on the side there so you guys can see. And here we have the Iron Man Mark 1. Well, I can tell you this. This was a good way to start. Good way to start this set. And this is enough of a nice enough figure that is compelling me to actually want to go back and pick up more of these. I don't know if the other Iron Man figures are as nice as this one, but this one is really nicely detailed. By looking really at this figure, it's a bit of a shame that the 6-inch original Iron Man Mark 1 figure wasn't as nicely detailed as what we got here. As you can see, they've got all the little different colors, the tan in the gloves as well as in the joint areas. We've actually got the darker treading on the side there, all colored in a nice darker color. Of course, a nice bright blue center chest light there, and the little identifying markings here all over the place. I also like too the fact that the metal has that worn kind of, not rusted, but it definitely looks worn, and I really like that. As you can see as well, I've clamped on already the accessory that he comes with. Seems standard that Iron Man figures always have to come with a firing missile launcher of some sort. You can fire off, pretty simple. If I can find the button here. Oh, it's on the undersiding there. And fire the missile off. Boom. Even without the missile, it's not bad. I mean, it's almost too large for the figure, unfortunately. And for that reason, I'd be inclined to probably leave it off altogether. But it's different, and it doesn't look like the other missile launchers, so I like that. It looks really nice. The meat and potatoes of this review, let's have a look at the Iron Man figure. In the way of his articulation, he has the ball-jointed head. He has what looks to be a ball-jointed shoulder or a pin and socket shoulder. You can't move it out too much though, and it's probably just because the armor that's on his shoulder area here. But you can still get the arm to move back and forth, left and right, slightly in and out. You can bend at the forearm. You can also rotate the arm. And can't really move the hand because it's molded to the side of the piece here. You can swivel at the waist. You can bend the legs back and forth, in and out. You rotate the leg. You bend the knee. And you can bend the foot as well as swivel it back and forth. So despite its bulkiness, you actually still get a lot of articulation in this figure. Oh, here comes the part. This is the part where I say, you know, guys, I really crapped all over these 3-inch figures, and now that I've picked up this figure, I'm really impressed with it. Yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna say. I take back what I've said. The Iron Man 3 figures, while I still haven't warmed up to the Marvel Universe figures, but the 3-inch Iron Man 2 figures, based on this guy alone, fantastic. And maybe I just lucked out by getting this guy first. I don't know, maybe the regular Iron Man figures might not be as good, but based on this guy alone, I would be inclined to go back and start picking up some of these if I can find them. Unfortunately, I never got the War Machine as one of them, but it's definitely worth picking up. Detailing is great, articulation is all there, and a great overall figure. The Iron Man Mark 1 here, I'm going to give him a 7, maybe a 7.5. He is a nice little figure. Canada-wise, these guys will cost you, I think they're still about $9 in retail. I think they're starting to mark them down now, but you can find this guy. I think he's one of the more later waves of Iron Man figures, but if you can find him, he's worth picking up. That was a Toy Spot. A very surprised reviewer, my friends. Hate to admit, I really like this guy. That was a Toy Spot. Today we're looking at the Iron Man 2 movie series. We were looking at the 3-inch Iron Man Mark 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.